What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. You know, African people are the masters of architecture, right? We chiseled ourselves in stone so we can remember what we look like. Because, you know, African people can be quite vain at times, right? And sometimes it's to our benefit. As it's 2025 and we still got white people who can't come out in the sun in America when it's 55 degrees outside, pretending like they would go outside in Africa in the African sun and build anything. When we know if they were the same people that built the pyramids, they wouldn't need Africans to come to America and build America for them. They could have just did it themselves. But we know why they can't do it. Because they will die. Because they're not meant for the sun. They're not built like us. And those Arabs can't be in the desert without having their desert space suits on. Because if they take their shirts off, they'll die too. Right? And I ain't never seen one African statue that looks like any of them Arabs. And I haven't seen any of them Arabs show any display of cultural consistency with the Africans that are the Egyptians who built all the great pyramids and all the other great buildings. And by the way, the most beloved civilization that white people like to cling to, right? Where they start and say that all science comes from, the father of history, all the things, the foundation of European intelligence, which is Greek, right? All that it's just African students learning from the Africans. What you call Greek buildings are African buildings because we built those buildings first. As a matter of fact, the Greek buildings are plain mayonnaise compared to the same colosseums and column-based buildings that we have in Africa. Right? So instead of saying Greek buildings, you say African buildings from now on. If you're African, make sure you say African buildings because all that Greek shit is just a copy of Africa because we have all that shit from Egypt down to South Africa. Trust and believe. It's not even just Egypt. All right? Father of history, my ass. Student of Africans. Who are the fathers of history? Right? And the good thing is we chiseled our faces in stone. We chiseled our locks in stone. I ain't never seen a white person with locks that look like this. Anytime you see a white person with locks, it look like somebody took a dog brush, brushed the dog, and rolled that shit together. That's what it looks like, dog hair. And Arabs and locks, same thing, dog hair, right? So when you have, our eyes are primary evidence. They try to make it seem like eyes don't work. When you see those Africans like this, come on now. They look more like me than anything they can look like. And you see in Africa, they still wear the neck beads. They still wear all of the trinkets that you see in Africa. They tricked us for many years and they put a picture in our head of some mystical looking people that disappeared like they was never there, right? First, they made them white in all those movies. Then they tried to make them some weird bald Araby looking thingy that didn't make any sense because none of those skin tones could survive in that desert. The only people who walk around in the desert without their shirts on are Africans because clearly Arabs can't do it no more. For what reason? If they ever could, they can't. They have to wrap themselves up and hide from the sun. We are children of the sun. The sun feeds us and kills them for a reason. They're not naturally part of the biome. All right. So, another thing. So we have all these ancient statues, right? All over the world. Why is it that just African ones got their nose that fell off, just fell off? They don't even want to admit that they blew them off. Why would they do that? You telling me that these great African architects, right, made the only part of the body of those stones that was weak was the nose on every one of them? It's just a big coincidence. Come on. But you see, the problem is they didn't knock all of them off. And there's a lot of those statues still sitting in private museums. And sometimes we get to see them. But even without the nose, and by the way, all nose structures and phenotypes belong to us anyway, right? But besides the nose, there are other indicators that they are black, like the braids and the box braids and the locks and the facial features and the high cheekbones and the eyes and the lips and everything else. Oh, and the long torso and longer arms. The whole aesthetic of the statue says a black man, because white men ain't shaped like that. And Arab men ain't shaped like that either. So without further ado, let me kick you a little information. I just find it hilarious that we're still having a conversation. Hey, look, black people no longer have conversations with white people or Arabs who are still trying to convince themselves that they were great like us. If they can't be happy with their own history, that's them problem, not a us problem. And we don't have to spend any more energy on it. Let them keep pretending all they want, because the truth is chiseled in stone. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn some, teach some. I'm out.
So it's always the hair that tells the true story about the true ethnicity of our ancient people. But not only the hair tells the story, there's actually another huge piece here. You notice how the nose is missing on this statue? Seemingly chiseled out. Now what's interesting about this is a very common theme amongst many ancient statues and sculptures found around the world. Even on the Sphinx of Egypt, again, on all these ancient statues, the nose has seemingly been chiseled out. It's because the nose tells the real story, guys. It tells the real story. And when we see Greek statues like this, intact nose, no problem, white people, you know. And then you got the chiseled out nose here because it's telling the real story of our true ancestors. You think that it's just a coincidence that all of these ancient statues have the nose chiseled out? Well, let me tell you, it's most definitely not a coincidence, and it's just another way to cover up the real origins of humanity and our true history. Peace and love.
Ain't nobody trying to argue with you all damn day, bro. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.